Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 20th of April, 2020. Beautiful morning. Weather's going to break in our advantage, maybe after today. Okay, people, I told you, I don't have a crystal ball. But you know what? You don't need a crystal ball. And sports fans, pay close attention to what's coming up. So, you're ever humble, always fluid, always flexible messenger does the detective work so you don't have to. I stumbled across a video from High Impact Vlogs, Brian. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments for y'all. Strongly suggest you watch it because he does a brilliant job of taking it apart. But that's not my job. He does it way better than me, and you can see the video. So here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the CNN screen with Anderson Cooper, Sanjay Gupta, and our little friend from Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. And then some chick named Dr. Priscilla Chan. I don't know much about her, don't care to know much about her, quite frankly. But she's sitting shoulder to shoulder, violating the 6-foot rule with little Marky. Now, I go a little deeper than Brian does. Let's take a quick look at, no, you know what I'm going to do? I know sports fans don't have much attention span. So I'm going to play this little clip real quickly. Here's what I said. Pay attention, sports fan. This may not be good news. And it starts out with Anderson Cooper asking Mark the question.
I think that you're going to do at Facebook. I think you made an announcement that you're not going to have any meetings of more than a certain number of people until 2021. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So as part of the staggered reopening of society, it's not just going to be that some locations open before others. It's going to need to be that some functions and some jobs can get done, and others we just wait longer to bring back online. And I think large events are probably going to be the last thing, or at least one of the last things that comes back online. Get done, and others we just.
Hey! Who is this dude? Another one of these computer nerdlies that has all this political pull. He's going to tell you the 3-phase opening plan. I don't think these guys should open. We're going to have to bring them online intermittently. Come on, Mark. Who the hell do you think you are?
Wait longer to bring back online. And I think large events are probably going to be the last thing, or at least one of the last things that comes back online. So we've gone ahead and made the policy call now that through June of 2021, next year, we're not going to host any internal or external physical events that have 50 or more people in them. A lot of the events that we need to hold will just shift to be virtual online events. But some of them, we'll find other ways to do them, or we'll just cancel them. But I think that doesn't mean that we won't be productive until then. But I do think that large events, people going to sports events, movie theaters, things like that.
Oh, yes. Did you hear that, sports fans? He's talking June 2021. You might just miss the NFL season. Unbelievable. Okay, so here's where I go. Where the weak fear to tread. Let's take this apart a little bit. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Remember, we've got Anderson Cooper, Sanjay Gupta, and Mark Zuckerberg. And look at the pictures at the beginning, people. Remember the old saying, birds of a feather flock together, so do pigs and swine. Who's hugging who? 6-foot violation there too, gentlemen. Alright, so we'll start with, let's go over here. You know how poor my computer skills are, people. Work with me. Anderson Cooper, little silver spooner born into the Vanderbilt Empire. You can do your own research. Mother was Gloria Morgan Vanderbilt. And during Anderson Cooper's early career, during college, Cooper spent 2 summers as an intern at the Central Intelligence Agency while studying political science. Okay, people. Now, 2 years at the CIA, nothing there. No conspiracy there, right? Right, William Casey? Yeah. Now, what's his job today? Fake news anchor. Unbelievable. So we'll just briefly touch on him. Silver spoon little boy. And then we have Sanjay Gupta, CNN's medical expert. Listen to him. So I look into him, and you know what his qualifications are? He's a writer, he's a producer, and he's an actor. And he sure does a good job acting on CNN. Sanjay Gupta is a writer and producer known for Contagion, in 2011 movie. Matter of fact, what we got here, 9 years later, he's playing his role in real life on CNN. That's a little strange, I thought, that I'd share with you. Big mouth dogs barking in the background, but I'm used to it. So, people, I'll tell you what. CIA connections all over the place. I mean, how dumb do they think we are with all these garage and dorm room multi-billion-dollar businesses? Come on, Bill Gates sitting in a garage out in Silicon Valley. Shazam, Windows operating system. Mark Zuckerberg, dorm at Harvard. Him and a couple other college cronies smoking pot. Shazam, Facebook. It was called the Facebook back then. And in October 2007, Microsoft invested $240 million into Facebook. Cool, huh? Man, I'm going to tell you something. You ain't got this figured out yet, that birds of a feather flock together, and so do pigs and swine. I don't know what I can tell you. Now, believe it or not, people, this is your humble messenger's 170th video. Yeah, remember how I started out? Well, I'm going to remind you how I started out. I started out trying to tell you all the truths that the Federal Reserve System freely printed, never charged a penny for, so you could learn what's really going on. A good foundational basis. And, ooh, I remember my first videos and the critiques I got from the locals. How stupid. You look like a moron. Who gives a you-know-what? Yeah, I heard it all. But like I've said before, if you don't want to learn history, you're doomed to repeat it. And you should have paid attention back then, people, because it's all coming full circle. I remember telling you about the one quote from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, keeping our money healthy. Now, you see that? They're telling you right up in the bat in the title. They prefer healthy money over healthy people. And here's the quote I mentioned. If there were fewer people bidding against each other, money would better keep its value. Fewer people, that's us. Fewer people. A big club. We ain't in it. Now, I've mentioned this before too. Culling the herd. Think about it. Any of you farmer ranchers, if you have unproductive cattle, if you have chickens that don't lay eggs, what do you do with them? You whack them. You send them to market. You cull the herd of the unproductive. Well, when you have the power to create unlimited money, couldn't you buy this flat earth? Couldn't you tell everybody, hey, I own this flat earth, get off? But then you start thinking, wow, if I kick everybody off, who's going to wash my limousine? Who's going to manicure my fine trimmed yard? Who's going to feed me? Who's going to pilot my helicopters, my jets? Yeah, better keep a few of these slaves around. Not too many. We don't need useless eaters. And talking about culling the herd, people, what's more unproductive than young kids and old people? Both consume and produce nothing. You can't have the slaves laying around the plantation ever consuming and not producing anything. Abortion is a very effective way to create fewer people, but it also has a sinister dark side. Yeah, the blood sacrifice from day one in man's history. They just went underground with it today. But it is a woman's body. It is her right to choose. Try that argument in court, ladies, when you get popped for possession of drugs, for example. I also mentioned the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. The publication was the national debt. The federal government, with cooperation of the Federal Reserve, has the inherent power to create money, almost any amount of it. This power makes technical bankruptcy out of the question. So you have to ask another question. Who are all these people screaming about the national debt? Trump signing a $6.2 trillion monocrono bill. Now, they are either ignorant of the freely admitted truth, or they're part of the problem. But either case, they're utterly worthless, useless. Got me? It's really a big club, people. We're not in it. The national debt, I told you, way back probably in videos number 1, 2, or 3, is nothing more than a numerical record of all the wealth stolen from the producers of that wealth by the creators of credit. But you didn't pay attention to me then. You're going to pay attention to me now, because what you're looking at, people, is, let's see, I better not say that or this video will come down right away. What you're looking at, people, let me put it simply, is a big club. You ain't in, run by technocrats, politicians, that in my book are the non-essential workers. So, yeah, I got to watch what I say, because they sure like to whack your video. Go ahead, people. Link in the description. Take a look at this same video analyzed by Brian at High Impact Blogs. Brilliant job, Brian. Hats off to you. And I'm hoping Froggy Needs No Master puts on a video later on tonight of how the big political rally in Bismarck went today. Looking forward to that, people, and I'll pass it on to you probably in tomorrow's video. But George Carlin was right. Big club, people. You ain't in it, and I don't think they want us in there. There's too many of us. All right, guess what? I got stuff to do today. I can't wait for the weather to break because I got stuff to do outside, too. You guys have a good day.